Before I get into how I feel, I just want to put it out there that life is already being formed. Life is already happening. Therefore, everything has a reason. Therefore, I appreciate God for putting me through the pain I have been through to reach where I'm at. And I hope you understand that. And what I mean by that is everything has a reason. For the longest in my life, I've always wanted to help people. Like I've always wanted to have a say because I understand. But in order to understand, you have to get put through things to understand the mental of other people. I've always lived like an isolated life, specifically alone. I've always been alone. So my mental is it's kind of like built of myself. Like I kind of just built on what I believe and how I feel. I feel like that is a very specific thing to have because nowadays everyone is brainwashed. Everyone is this. This is what it needs to be. So to be isolated, that is a very powerful thing to not go crazy and to balance your mental. So I appreciate God for putting me through the pain I have because in order to help people, I needed to know what y'all are feeling like. How am I supposed to know what y'all are feeling like when I feel only this one way? Let me give y'all a beautiful example of what God put me through. Crazy. So I was talking to this guy randomly. I don't speak to men. I don't speak to no guys. That's a whole nother topic I would get on of why I don't speak to men. But for now, I was talking to a guy randomly, started a new job, and I was speaking to him. I do not even get into guys at all. So I'm just thinking, boy, what do you want? He starts kicking with me, and let me remind y'all, I'm a very isolated person, so my only social life would be work and just my family here and there. So tell me why I started talking to him, and I'm just thinking, boy, what's up? Like, what you want? Cause I'm not really interested. But he's just going on, and surprisingly, he's really good at communicating. If you know, some guys really don't care to communicate. They just be on that type shit, word. They be on that basic stuff. So it was pretty different for me. I kind of looked at him a little different, like, what you trying to say? Cool. We started talking a little more here and there. It was around the time where a movie came out, a specific movie came out that I really wanted to see. So he ended up taking me to the movies and randomly. Like this happened a week later after speaking and stuff. He was my trainer too, so we were talking pretty constantly, like every freaking day. Okay, long story short, took me to the movies and we had a great time actually. After the movies, we had work the next day, and after the movies, we were in my car talking for a good 3 hours. Oh, I'm missing the biggest clue out of all of this. Y'all, when I just started this job, and when I started this job, my job was on strike. And they flew out people from Louisiana, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, North Carolina, they flew out Colorado. They flew out people from all across the world to be at this specific job. So I came in at a time where people, fine people at that, was at this job. So let me put that out there that I met this person. They're not from here. They're not even at my job, but they just flew out just to fly here. Let me clear that up because that is a big detail of what I am about to say. So time goes by. We're talking. Like I said, all he do is talk. It's amazing. I love to speak. Imagine talking to a guy and he knows exactly what to say. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful for me. I loved it. I loved every moment. We had work the next day. It's 2 in the morning. And he'll be talking about oh, you can stay at my hotel because they got flown out and they're in hotels. I'm thinking, nah, I'm not even like that. Never even slept with a man like in the bed. So I'm thinking, I'm good. So time goes by, and we're talking on the phone. Even the next day at work, we're working together after work, talking on the phone. Everything's great. Everything's amazing, and I'm actually really in tune with talking to this man. Like I started really getting tied to this man. It's a great feeling for me. I loved it. I love this feeling. I never wanted to end. I thought for once in my life, maybe I'll give men a try. I thought it was beautiful. Let me remind y'all, he's not from where I'm from at all. He told me he had no kids, no nothing. He had nothing going on. It was beautiful for me. It felt like a realistic moment, like finally a fresh start, finally a man with no ties to nothing. I loved it. Even I was talking about my relationship with God and how everything is supposed to happen for a reason. Keyword, everything's supposed to happen for a reason. So I was just in tune with that, trying to giving him hints about how I live my lifestyle. And he just was like, oh yeah, I like me a little church girl, you know, just, and I'm just like, oh, I like that. You like that. Okay, cool. Everything was just going great, man. Time goes by. After we finally get a day off, and I ended up staying with him. We were spending the whole day together that whole day, and it was around 12 at night, going into 1 in the morning. And I live about 30 minutes away from his hotel, and he was just like, "You want to stay?" I'm like, "You know what? We've been talking. I think it's about time I get out my comfort zone and stay." And from that time period on to until he left, and that was like a good month going into 2, I was with him every single day. Our talking, like at work flew. I was working. I wasn't even supposed to be working 12 hours. I'd work 12 hours just to see him. I sorry, my guinea pigs. I was working hours just to see. I was doing everything just to be around him. I was changing my whole lifestyle just to see him after work, getting ready just to go to the hotel. Like, it was crazy. But it was amazing. It was the greatest feeling I've ever felt in my life. And I knew that when the strike was over, they'd be leaving, everyone. So I told him before everything. I was like, you know, you can come back and stay with me. And I was going to fly out and see him. Like, it was beautiful. It felt genuine. It felt pure. For once in my life, a guy understands me. He respects everything about me, and he's taking it slow with me, and I love that. So we're talking about it. But for some reason, he just always gave me the sign like, yeah, I'm going to see you, because obviously I'm a prepared person. So I'm mentioning it to him like, I can come see you, right? And we're going to plan this out, right? So I can have the money, right? And we're going to do this, right? And he's just like, yeah, we'll talk about it. You know, like, it was just edgy, but I just didn't care because whoop-de-doo, like, I liked him. Okay, cool. Time goes. Like, all of a sudden, randomly, the strike ends. Everyone just wants to come back to work. So randomly, everyone that was from the job that flew out, they had to go home. It was a pretty big shock for me. I was pretty upset because imagine for a month, almost 2, you're with a man every single day. Your whole life changed. You're barely home. Oh my gosh, like everything was just different for me. It was a big change for me, but I knew that this was just the next step. Like, oh, he's going to come back out, fly out and stay with me. I'm going to fly out there and stay with him. It was great. It was great. Okay, so I spent the last day with him. Even at that, I called off of work, everything too. That day, I called off of work the day everyone was supposed to come back. Something I should have witnessed. But instead, I was too busy with a man. Too busy worried about him. Too busy worried about seeing him and stuff. Not worried about what's really going on in this town. Anyways, time goes by. I'm calling him. I called off, so I'm in my house calling him while he's at the airport. We're talking about everything, and he's telling me he's going to be busy. He's going to be busy going back to Houston. Yeah, he's from Houston. He's going to be busy going back to Houston. And I respected it. I'm the type of person, yeah, I've never really been in like a realistic relationship, but I still understand the respect and the distance that you need to give someone. Like I said, I form my head of my own thoughts. So everything that's in here, it's me. It's not no, oh, what you doing? What you got going on? Oh, you with them? No, I have a realistic head. Therefore, I have a automatic respect demeanor. It's respected. Okay, cool. Time goes by, and he's telling me that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I bet, you know, like, cool. The very next day, you know, also, biggest clue ever, when he was here where I'm at, when I got off work and he was still at work and stuff, getting ready for me to come back over, he would text me very quick. Every time I called, the phone wouldn't even ring. He would answer. It just gave me, every time he was around me, he was never on his phone, anything. It was beautiful. It felt perfect. As soon as he touched back to Houston, something was off. No, he didn't do it automatically. He was still texting me. Randomly, this happened maybe 4 days after he touched Houston. I was at the gym. I called him. He declined it off the bat. I was like, that's random, but let me be realistic here. He's in Houston. Let me let me process that he's talking to his homeboys. He's got to catch up because he was in my hometown for 2 months. So I got to process that. He just needs to settle back at home. Also, I forgot to mention, he randomly told me that his lease was being put up. As soon as he had to leave, he told me that his lease is up. He got to put his stuff in a storage. I don't know if this man has a car or anything. Long story short, I really don't know this man's life. I was hearing everything he was telling me. I'm not sure about anything. All I had a clue was going off how I was feeling in that moment. I don't know. So I'm like, why you not answering? Like, what? He's not answering for the first time since he's been touched back in Houston. And he's like, I'm asleep. I don't want to answer. Okay, if you're asleep, just call me. Tell me. Be like, hey, I'm sleeping. Hang up. That's all I asked for. Call me. No, instead he sends me a picture of him. And it looks like he was in a hotel room. So you mean to tell me you go back to Houston and you stayed in a hotel? I don't even know if this man had a place to begin with. Let me remind you, I don't know this man. I thought I did because I was in his little hotel environment here because he had a job. But back at home, I think he still was struggling. I told him though straight up because I didn't want to give off, what the fuck, like, you're broke, bitch? I didn't want to give off that at all. So I made it clear, like, I didn't want to give him the clue that I kind of knew he was struggling. But I said, hey, you know, you can come back here and stay with me for a little bit, just being a goofy. Just being a goofy. That's goofy. Don't ever say that. That's goofy. But anyways, I was like, yeah, you know, you can do that. Cool, cool, cool. He still was just being weird. Like, he would text me. Y'all, it started going from every day, every second to every other 3 days, every week. Yeah, he started just slowly ghosting me, randomly just stopped texting me, and all of a sudden one day he just says, hey, I can still come back there, right? I'm gonna still come back there. Oh yeah, he just needed a place to stay, y'all. This man was talking to me. I changed my whole life for him. First guy I've really ever been with, really. And you mean to tell me that he just ghosted me like that? Like, it was just blank gone. And he randomly shoot me while I'm going through all this because it just hit me. I'm just like, damn, like, that shit really hurt. Like, that hurt me. That hurt me so bad. I never got to experience that love blind for a second where I was almost gone to the point where I snapped, came back, and was like, oh, that's what it was like? God said, hey, Heaven, you want to see something? You want to see something, Heaven? I said, yeah, God, sure, why not? I want to see something. And that's how life works. You get put in situations to know you don't ever want to go through that again. I got put in a situation with a man thinking I love this man, thinking this man is amazing. I never got to be with a man, and I'm finally with a man I actually like. And then boom, he just ghosts me like I was nothing. Because let me remind you, he travels a lot. Don't you think he do this with every other girl he be in the cities with? Yeah, he does. So once again, isolation. I had to form these thoughts myself. I had to come back to reality, all from my mental. Thank you, God, for giving me such a great mental to always come back, because that is real. Some people don't know how to come back, and that's a whole different story that I will get on to. And I want to appreciate God for putting me through that. That it was hurtful. Don't get me wrong. I've been through different emotions. My place, it was dirty. Everything was, I came home hating my everything. I just couldn't process it. And then it hit me. God remembered I wanted to help people. I wanted to live a realistic life, to know what you went through. I had to go through that to bounce back into my character to help you now. I appreciate God. So once again, remember, if you're going through something, know that was for a reason. You went through that to never go through that again. You went through that to know what that's like. Don't take it as a downfall. Don't take it as pain. Take it as, I had to go through that to know I don't ever want to go through that again. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. So I appreciate God every single step, every single day. I appreciate God for putting me through that realistic pain, that feeling of secure, like I like this man and I think he really got me, to nothing. in a blink of an eye. He never spoke to me again. I sent him a long paragraph like, dang, you really go, like, what do you got going on in Houston? Please just tell me. Never told me. He never told me anything. He just ghosted. I spent every single day with this man for almost 2 months. And as soon as he touched back to Houston, he just never spoke to me again. Do you understand how that works? Do you understand how that works? Do you understand how that can mess with someone's mental? But instead, God told me, Heaven, look at this. You want to see something? You want me to help you? And he did. Thank you, God. Thank you. God did, and he always will. I will appreciate God in every opportunity he gives me. Every drown he gives me. I'll take that in every chance I can, and I will love him for that. So thank you. Once again, all I want to do is help. All I want you to do is see me for me, and I'll see you for you, and that is love. Thank you. Once again, I hope what you take from this is your pain is temporary. Every second is every second. That's a different emotion. That is a different feeling. You feel something different every single day, whether it's good or bad. You have to feel those emotions to know you don't want to feel that again. And if you really want it, you'll change. Remember that. Yeah, pain is real. Trust me. It's deep and it's real. It takes a real aware person to get out of that quickly too. Like, oh shoot, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong, but you know what? You did it. And that's all that matters. So thank you. And I hope this helped you.